Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Sarcastic Mind. Today we're going to start doing our tier list for movies, different categories. Today we're going to be doing 80s, 90s comedies. So any movie that came out, and this is the top 50. So these are, we might miss some here or there, some movies that you think are really funny, but we try to pick ones that not only we find extremely funny, but that is kind of recognized as the best comedies of that time. So today I'm joined by Justin. So Justin, how's it going?
It's going well.
So I know we tried this earlier and we kind of already got into some disputes over what some of these movies should be in. So
Well, there's a list that is my list that I think is very good.
yeah,
And then there's your list, which is very good, but definitely some flaws. And we're going to get into those.
right.
I haven't even seen your list yet, which is exciting.
All right. Well, let's get started. So first one is Blue Streak. So where do you think Blue Streak falls?
I love Blue Streak personally. We got a lot of movies to cover, so I'll just make this quick. If you haven't seen it, Martin Lawrence, late 90s comedy. That it had to come out like in 99 though, right?
Yeah, I think it was 99 because I remember seeing
it has a 2000s feel to it.
It was 98, 99, something like
Yeah.
that.
You know what I mean though? It has like that early 2000s feel. Like
Yeah.
when I rewatch it, I would if I'd never seen it, I'd think, "Oh, this movie came out in the early 2000s." Blue Streak's absolutely hilarious. We quote it all the time. It's one of our personal favorites. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. A tier.
Yeah, I'd agree. Cable Guy.
Oh man. I love the Cable Guy.
We actually watched this, 2 nights ago? Or?
Yeah. We rewatched it.
That's a tough word.
Yeah, if you say it fast. And I hate to say stuff still holds up, but it's still hilarious.
Yeah, it's so fun. And it's one of those that probably the first couple times I watched it, I wasn't that crazy about it.
Yeah.
Like the first time I watched it, I was like, it's okay.
Yeah.
But it just gets funnier each
The
and every
last
time.
30 minutes loses its way a little bit.
Yeah, well, it has to wrap up a story.
Yeah. So I'm almost wanting to say A tier. I'm almost I'd say A tier because I put Blue Streak A tier and it's on par with that, but it's no higher, but once we start adding other movies, stuff could get moved around.
Yeah. All right. Dazed and Confused.
Man, I'll be honest with you.
Dude, I'm with you.
I don't like it.
It's funny. It's okay,
like it.
but it's not. I think it's one of those that's very overrated.
I'm going to go ahead and say it. I don't like it. And I don't care what you say. If you say, "Oh, you don't know movies," I don't like it. All right?
Yeah.
I don't listen to me. I don't like it.
Yeah,
so
no shit.
I'm going C tier.
Yeah.
Just out of respect for the people that do, but if it was my personal list, it'd be on D tier.
Yeah,
I just don't like it.
God, we get it.
I don't even know why I don't like it. I just watch it and I don't laugh.
I mean, it's got some definite funny parts. It's just, I don't know. I feel like it's one of those movies that doesn't hold up as well.
I'm a little dazed and confused how people think it's so great.
Well, I just think please don't ever do that again.
Right.
I think it's one of those movies where it came out at the right time.
Yeah.
And
if you were a college age or high school kid
because I was in high school when this came out and
I'm sure it was great. Or even if you were a kid during that time, which it's set in like the 70s, I believe, right?
I think 80s.
Yeah. Regardless.
Late 70s, early 80s.
I'll just put it out there. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Maybe I should rewatch it, but just based on the one time I've seen it, I wasn't a fan. But out of respect for whatever, C tier, I guess. But I'd be okay with D, Chris.
Let's leave it in C for right now. All right, I think this might be our first S tier movie. What about Bob?
Absolute S tier.
Yeah.
Absolute S tier of a movie.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to we've got Bill Murray on this list later on. And
Bill Murray's going to own S tier.
I feel like this movie is probably his most underrated movie. There's other Bill Murray movies later on that I'm not as high on as this one, but for whatever reason, people think are funnier than What About Bob?
I'm completely serious when I say this. It is Bill Murray's best performance in his entire career.
Comedic performance.
Best performance, period.
Okay.
In my opinion. I'll be honest with you, not a huge fan of dramatic Bill Murray. I think since it was such a dramatic turn, like everybody's like, "Oh man, Lost in Translation, he's so good." Like, yeah, he's good. But if you want peak Bill Murray, a lot of people say Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day is a fantastic movie as well. Look, What About Bob to me is not only hilarious, but Richard Dreyfuss in that movie is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
I know they didn't really get along on set, but it doesn't show like whatever it did, it was working. I think I'm with you. It's one of the most underrated Bill Murray movies, and I think it's my favorite Bill Murray performance in a movie.
Shrek. Let's start with
This
D.
didn't make the animated tier?
Dude,
let's go D tier.
We've been over this already.
I had to throw it in. Let's go D tier because I don't even want to watch Shrek ever again. Yeah. And again, it's a decent movie. It's just it just doesn't. There's so many good animated movies. It kind of gets lost in the translation now.
Big.
Oh God, Big is incredible.
Big is great.
Big a comedy? Or is that a drama? Coming up of age.
Okay, you cannot be serious right now.
No, I know it's a comedy, but there's a lot of good drama in it. It's like in my opinion, it's almost like a.
It's probably one of the best like movies as far as.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm going S tier on Big. Big's incredible.
Yeah, Big is great. I'll agree with that.
I love Big.
We're gonna move a couple of these.
Best scene in Big. Best scene. Comedy scene.
What is the best scene?
The funniest scene.
I think it's probably when he. For me personally, I think it's when he's testing out the toys.
Yes.
And they're in that meeting.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Yeah, and the dad from Home Alone's getting pissed off.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, here's another one that I think we're gonna have higher than most people will have it. My Cousin Vinny.
Oh man, My Cousin Vinny. You know, I really like My Cousin Vinny. I don't think I'm going to have it as high as you think I'm going to have it. I'm going B tier.
I agree with B.
Because it's good, but it's not like, and it's funny, but like.
It's a movie that if it's on, I'll finish watching it wherever it's at.
Here's how I view comedy, in my opinion. Like with comedies, it's like how many times have I watched it and I still laugh like a lot throughout the movie. And when I watch My Cousin Vinny by myself or with you, or like I'll chuckle. I'm not like bending over laughing. Some of these other movies that have made S tier. Like, again, Big, I don't bend over and laugh with Big, but Big's just a great movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Spinal Tap.
I'll be honest with you, I don't think I've ever seen that.
I've seen it a couple of times. I'm not crazy about it. I'm gonna put it in D tier.
I haven't seen it, so I can't.
Just because I'm looking at these other movies that are coming up, and we got to have something in D tier, and I don't think it's better than these other ones that I'm gonna bring up. So.
Well, Shrek's in D tier.
Yeah. Nutty Professor.
Oh man, I love the Nutty Professor. B tier.
Yeah, because I think once you get past, I think it's got two of probably like the funniest parts maybe ever in movies, with the dinner table scene, and then when he goes to the comedy club and he's making fun of Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
But other than that, I can't remember a whole lot about it.
Yeah.
So I think B tier is a good spot.
I mean, I remember the movie. I've seen it a lot. It's not on. You know, it's a solid comedy.
I think it's on par with My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
Liar Liar.
Man, Liar Liar. I'll just, since it's my list and I get to pick, I guess because I'm trying to I'm already thinking ahead of like other movies and like where this would rank with those. But I love Liar Liar. I almost want to say A tier. I'd settle for B, but I'll push for A tier.
I'll go A.
Because it's just hilarious. I mean, it's just really funny. It's like we just talked about best performances and stuff. Like again, I think Liar Liar is an underrated Jim Carrey movie. Like people talk more about Dumb and Dumber. They talk about
Cable Guy.
I don't know if they talk more. Well, yeah, they probably do. Ace Ventura. It's one of those ones that's like, it's one of the best Jim Carrey movies for sure. It's a good movie.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that, like you said, is not only a really funny movie, but it's a good movie. Like it's got like heart to it. It's got a good story. So, yeah.
What do we do? Do we do A or B tier?
We put that in A.
Okay.
Brewster's Millions.
I love Brewster's Millions, man. I mean,
and that's the thing is all of these movies, except for maybe a handful of them,
these are good movies.
We love.
I'm gonna say B tier for Brewster's Millions. I almost want to say C tier because honestly, I don't really rewatch Brewster's Millions a lot. My mom loves that movie, and I've watched that movie 100 times with her just when I was growing up.
I'll say this:
it's really good.
I think it's funnier than Nutty Professor. I think it's better than Nutty Professor.
That's the thing. Is it what's funnier or what's a better movie?
I think it's both. I think it's funnier and a better movie.
I don't know, man. Nutty Professor is funny. I'll put it on par. Where do we have Nutty Professor?
B.
Let's go B. I think it's on par with Nutty Professor for sure.
All right, and this is one that I think, at least my age growing up, a lot of kids hadn't seen this movie, but they had always seen Dazed and Confused. But this, to me, is a way better Dazed and Confused. Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh, I love Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
You're going to say that every time.
Yeah, I'm just going to say I love everything. Man, this is difficult.
This is tough.
It's definitely A tier. Like, it's definitely A.
It's at least A.
I'm almost wanting to put it in S because it's such a pop cultural, like, people, it's still, like, being quoted, you know? But I'll go A tier. I'm telling you, Fast Times at Ridgemont High is a fantastic movie.
Well, and I think it's growing in popularity.
Do we have anything in S yet?
Yeah.
What do we have in S?
Big.
Man, I'll be honest with you. We might have to. Big is tough for me because I don't know if Big is a comedy, I guess, but I'm telling you, man, it's not like laugh out loud. So if the basis is like, what's the funniest movies, Big shouldn't be S. If it's what's the best movies, then Big should be. I mean, Big's an S tier movie, but are we rating this on just how funny it is?
I think it's both. I think.
So yeah, let's keep Big, but Fast Times, man, at least A. I wouldn't be mad if it was S, but I'll go A.
I have it in. I have it as A. I think A is fine for it.
Yeah, let's stick with A. Now, just a caveat: just because we have Blue Streak in A and Fast Times in A doesn't mean we think that those are like both equal. And you know, obviously, there's movies that are in A tier that are like there's lower A tier, higher A tier. You know what I'm saying?
I just look at this as like, if I was to tell someone funny, like if someone came to me that never watched movies and said, "Hey, what's some really good like 80s, 90s comedy movies?" The S tier is the for sure ones that I would just rattle off without any question.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I look at it. And then once you get to like A, those are movies that maybe are a little underrated to most people, but I still think are just insane.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of like movies on here that are like great dramatic movies.
Yeah, but funny. I'll be honest with you, man. If one's, you know, the term dramedy, you know, gets used a lot for like those indie shithole movies where like it's just they say it's a comedy. Like SNL is a great skit where it's like a comedy, but it's like a sad. Remember that SNL skit's got Tom Hanks in it. Big to me is a true dramedy. Like honestly, I keep thinking about that movie. Like it is a comedy in a way, but it's also a big time drama as well. Like I mean, in my opinion, or it's like a, you know, whatever you would call that. I mean, there's a lot of good like emotional moments in that movie too. So that one's tough for me, like ranking it because it's not as funny. You're not gonna like bend over laughing with Big. Like if you're gonna watch Big, you're not gonna like bust your gut laughing, but it's a fantastic movie and there's comedy in it.
Yeah.
So that's the tough one for me.
I think it deserves to be S.
No, I do too. I just meant like that could also be in like a drama, like if we did drama movies, it could almost be in that.
I don't know if I'd put it in drama,
or like coming of age. Or
if we just did like the best movies of the 80s.
Oh yeah, best movies of 80s. It would be
up there for sure.
But that's a tough one. You know, do you agree? Like a tough one to kind of like.
Yeah.
Because if somebody's asking you like, "Hey man, what's a hilarious comedy?" I don't know if Big would come. Like, I don't know if we'd be telling people to go watch Big if they want to watch like something really funny.
No, but if you were gonna sit there and if you were gonna say, like, what are some of Tom Hanks' best movies?
Oh, for sure,
definitely be up there.
Look, it's an S tier movie.
Then let's move on.
I just meant that like that. I've been wrestling with that. Like that's a tough one to like.
You're gonna be in your bed tonight. Just
I'm gonna be
at the ceiling.
I'm sweating. I'm so stressed about it.
All right, let's move on. There's something about Mary.
I know you have S tier on this. For me personally, and we can put an S tier, but I'm gonna go A tier.
I gotta go S. I just think
that's fine. It's laugh out loud funny. I'm just saying it's A tier for me because I'm saving my S for like some movies that I think are coming up. I'm not sure if it's coming up, but I'm fine with S tier though.
Miss Doubtfire.
Now see, Miss Doubtfire is one of my all-time favorite movies. So to most people, they'd be like, "Oh, Miss Doubtfire is hilarious."
It is.
I'm doing S tier on Miss Doubtfire, and I'm not apologizing for it.
Let's
I
do
love
this.
Miss Doubtfire.
Let's move Miss Doubtfire up to S, and let's move Big to A. You okay with that?
In terms of just comedy, since we're doing comedy, and comedy is the
Big's
number one.
Big's a better movie.
Let's move
But
Big
not
to
that
A.
much. Miss Doubtfire's got a great story to it, too.
I think Miss Doubtfire is look, I've said this. Miss Doubtfire is Robin Williams' best movie. It's his best movie. It's his best work.
Yeah, I mean,
it's incredible. You know what's so incredible about
I don't know if that's that or Good Will Hunting.
Well, okay. His best work is look. I stand by Miss Doubtfire's his best work.
It's close.
He's great in Good Will Hunting. Real quickly, because I know we got to get to other things. When Eddie Murphy did Nutty Professor, that was funny. He was in a fat suit. He played all those different characters. It was like slapstick type stuff. What Robin Williams does in Miss Doubtfire is it's hilarious, but he doesn't act foolish. He literally, it's almost like when Robert Downey Jr. plays that Australian actor in Tropic Thunder. It's funny because of like he's not really trying to do anything stupid. He's not really doing anything that goofy when he's Miss Doubtfire. Like, he plays Miss Doubtfire as if it's actually Miss Doubtfire. He's not playing Miss Doubtfire as a guy in drag.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, a little bit.
So Miss Doubtfire, for literally throughout the movie, you're like, dude, like, you honestly forget that it's wrong, and you think it's Miss Doubtfire.
Yeah.
It's incredible work. S tier all the way. I love that movie so much.
Here's a movie that most people, I think, will probably be higher on this than me, but I'm not a fan of this movie, and that's Office Space.
I'm not as big a fan as other people. Office Space is good though. Office Space is good. Like, I watched it, like when I was a teenager and I watched it, I thought it was shit. Like, I didn't understand the comedy because like I think I was looking, but when you watch it again, it's so dry. And even though I haven't worked in that office space, it's gotten better as I've watched it. I still think it's not great. I would put it in like C tier, maybe even.
I can't put it any higher than C.
Yeah, I'm gonna go C tier. I thought you were gonna say D, but I think it's C tier because even though it's not one of my favorites, this is our list though.
C's fine.
Let's go D tier. No,
okay.
D tier because who am I kidding? I mean, I think I could see where it's funny, but it's not one of my favorite comedies.
I'll just put it this way. If someone gave me an option between Dazed and Confused and Office Space, I would pick Dazed and Confused 100 times.
Oh, I'd pick Office Space.
100 times.
I'd pick Office Space. I'm not a fan of Dazed and Confused.
You've only seen it once, so.
Yeah, and I was real young.
Yeah.
So I need to watch it again.
I mean,
that was a terrible argument. Yeah, and I was young and I didn't understand comedy.
It's one of Ben Affleck's best works.
Ben Affleck is in it?
Yeah, dude, he's a freaking asshole. Big Mama's House.
Oh my God, man!
Dude,
I forgot about Big Mama's House.
This is when Martin Lawrence, man, was just
Martin Lawrence is so underrated.
Putting out some fantastic movies.
Martin Lawrence is so Martin Lawrence is one of the most gifted comedic actors, in my opinion, of all time.
Yeah,
dude is hilarious, man. Big Mama's House, man. God, Paul Giamatti's great in that too, man. Paul Giamatti's great.
I'm thinking B or C.
Let's go C tier because it's really funny. But I'll be honest with you, I haven't thought about that movie in like 10 years.
Yeah,
but it's good. If you're looking for like just a funny, just turn your brain off movie, it's good.
Yeah. Billy Madison.
Oh God. What do we? I mean, for me, it's S tier.
It's got
S tiers, and I mean. The problem I'm having is I'm thinking about like, I got to remember it's our list. So,
and here's the thing,
I'm trying to think of the cultural, like, if it's still people still watching it. Like,
I try to keep it to like 7 in S tier.
Look, I'll put as many in S tier. Here's the criteria for me. I just thought about for S tier for me. Is it a movie I'm still watching?
That's a good.
Is it a movie that I loved when I first watched it and I still love today? And again, is it a movie that I quote, and is it a movie that I recommend? And if it fits all those criteria, it's S tier. I quote every movie you have in S tier. I quote endlessly. So I'm going S tier, man. Billy Madison is an absolute classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
Airplane.
D tier. I don't like that type of comedy. I just don't like that type of comedy.
We like, because there's another one.
I know which
on
one
this
you're thinking
list.
of. That's the one. But I'm just not a fan of Airplane.
Yeah.
D tier.
I'm not either. Half Baked.
Honestly, D tier. I'm not a huge fan of that movie. I don't think it's that good.
I gotta put it in C, man. Give me C on this one.
I don't think so.
Just for Samson, dude.
Who's Samson? What's that
You gotta
again?
talk to Samson.
Oh.
It's like the drug dealer that's also played by Dave Chappelle.
Oh.
When's the last time you watched this?
It's been a while, but I'll be honest with you. I've seen it like twice, and I'm just not a fan.
Let me throw it in C.
No, I'm not going to allow it. Let's go D. No, I'm kidding. See, I just don't like that movie, man.
I think if you watch it again, I think you'd like it. All right, this is another one that's also.
Where would you rank it, real quickly? Where would you rank it on the stoner comedy? Where would that be?
It's S for sure. It's like.
Is it better than Pineapple Express? Pineapple Express is absolutely incredible. It's hilarious, man. But anyway, go ahead. Like, that's a 2000s movie. We're doing 80s and 90s. That's
I'll put
what
it
you're
this
gonna
way.
remember.
I would pick Half Baked over Dazed and Confused.
Oh, for sure. But I think, in my opinion, I think that Pineapple Express is by far the best stoner comedy of all time.
Yeah.
It is. If we were doing a 2000s list, I'd have to think about where to put that. That movie is so good. That movie is so funny, man. But anyway, this is just real quick. This is 80s and 90s, just a reminder.
Yeah. So this is another movie that is also. It could be in like 3 or 4 different categories if we really wanted it to be. Home Alone.
Oh man, I mean, here's why I don't like having Home Alone on here, because Home Alone can be in like a Christmas movie one we could do.
I literally just said that.
Right? No, I know, but I'm saying I agree with you. Like, and also I feel like Home Alone is like could also be like a kids movie or like a family film. So I don't really want to rank it on here. I'd appreciate it if you took it off, because it's gonna be S tier for me. But again, we're talking about like, okay, if it's gonna stay on here, it's S tier. And there's no question about it.
Okay, but if you're looking at Home Alone as just a comedy, as just a movie that's funny, it's hilarious.
No, it is hilarious. It's S tier.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, now we've used one that we could have used for like another a Christmas movie.
I mean, we're gonna have. I mean,
because we have loyal listeners.
Yeah. Yeah. One guy and his wife, man, they love this show.
Hey, but you know what? That's what they said about Chick-fil-A when it started.
Really?
One person liked it.
Wow.
And that one person told another person. And you know who that person was?
Who?
Steve Jobs.
Wow. Ace Ventura.
We're getting dangerous of putting too many things in S tier, so I'm going to go A tier.
I'm okay with that.
I mean, God, though, man. We might have to move some stuff around later, but A tier.
Friday.
C tier. We don't have to spend too much time on it because I'm just not.
Yeah, I was thinking it's a movie that I think I got worn out on it when I was in high school because literally, you could not go an hour. Shit, you couldn't go 15 minutes without someone quoting that movie. Tommy Boy.
Man, I quote this all the time. I'm gonna go A tier.
It's at least A.
It's at least A. I mean, I'm wanting to put it S. I do quote it all the time.
Let's put it in S.
All right. I mean, I quote it all the time. I love it.
This is a movie that we just have too much up here in S tier. But for me personally, if it was, this would be S. Kingpin.
Man, Kingpin's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, fuck it. I mean, screw it.
A.
S tier.
You think it's S? Let's
put it in A, and we might move it around.
Yeah, because I just think there's some other ones coming up that, and we're gonna have to start moving some of these down to B and C because we have more in S and A than anything.
Yeah.
Coming to America. I've only seen this once.
Trash. Trash ass movie.
It's not
No,
trash.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I just don't like it. So
It's not trash, but
D.
I do think it's.
Some people
overrated.
say it's his best movie.
No way.
Some people.
There's no way.
I've heard some people say that. They're making a sequel.
Are they really?
Yeah. C tier for me. D. Honestly, for me, it's D. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I don't.
Okay, that's where I got it.
I don't like it.
Kindergarten Cop.
Gosh, man, what a great movie. What a great movie. Let's go B, but
That's what I was
I could
thinking.
easily put it
I could
A.
easily put it in A. But because we got to fill out this B.
Kindergarten Cop is fantastic.
And it's like big to me. Like, it's a funny movie, but it's also a great movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's why I know that they made some like knockoff straight to DVD Kindergarten Cop but that's why they could never come close to remaking it.
These losers, these losers are going after Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah.
These, like, if you have that much time on your hands where
Get a
you don't
job.
want people to see Kindergarten Cop, listen to me. This dude saves an entire classroom of people. He's there to protect a kid from an abusive father, to a criminal
Who's trying to kidnap him.
trying to kidnap the son. It's ridiculous. It's fantastic. I mean, it's got action, it's got comedy, it's got romance, man. It is so good.
This guy beats the shit out of an old man
Yes.
because he wouldn't give him the train.
Yeah. And not only that, he realizes that there's another kid who's getting
Abused.
beat around by his dad. It's a fantastic movie. If you're
Yeah.
going after that movie, you're a loser.
Shame on you.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Um,
In fact, I'm almost wanting to say it might be Arnold Schwarzenegger's. Hear me out. I'm not saying this is his best movie. Some of his best acting. I mean, he's really good.
oh,
in
he's
this.
great. Yeah, he's great in that. Austin Powers.
Oh my gosh, man. Dude, there's too many good movies
Dude,
out there.
I'm
We
telling
should have
you-
added some shitty movies so that way we don't have so many things top heavy, but you got to go at least A. I'd say A. I feel confident in A. I mean, that's
for sure.
That's
yeah.
a fantastic. Let's go A though, because S, it's not S for me.
As much as I love Blue Streak, I almost want to move it down to B.
Absolutely not.
All right.
Absolutely.
We'll come
not.
back to that.
I like Blue Streak 10 times more than Austin Powers.
Wow.
And Austin Powers is great, but Blue Streak makes me laugh more.
Spaceballs.
See.
Yep.
I don't even want to spend time on it. See.
Christmas Vacation.
It's a Christmas movie.
It's a comedy.
I
When
gotta
you
go
go to
S
the-
tier. S tier. I mean, damn. I mean, again, that's why I don't like having these holiday ones in there. I've seen them 1,000 times. I love it. S tier.
Wedding Singer.
I mean, again, I quote this all. I mean, honestly,
You could
A
argue
tier.
this is.
A tier, but I mean, I'll go S too.
You could argue this is his funniest movie. Like if you were to argue between that, Billy
It's his
Madison, and
Well, it's not his best movie.
I'm talking about his funny, like his best comedy.
I don't know, man. Billy Madison makes me laugh so much.
Billy Madison, Wedding Singer, and Happy Gilmore. You could argue those three
Dude,
and make.
I hate having so many things in S, but
I'm
let's
putting
go
it in
A tier. Let's
I'm
go
putting
A
it in
tier, but we're gonna have to move a few things around. We'll have to do like a recap.
I'm telling you, there's some more S movies coming up. Here's another one that I think people would have higher, but I think that they're lying to themselves.
Don't do that. Don't do that because then I'm gonna
No,
let's just throw it out there. Then you say that,
Okay.
Because then I want to have a fresh perspective.
Big Lebowski.
Oh my god,
For me personally,
worthless tier.
this is D.
Worthless tier. Let's go below D. What's below D?
I'm telling you, for the life of me, there's two movies that are kind of cult classics that I truly do not understand why they're cult classics. Big Lebowski and Boondock Saints. Boondock Saints is terrible.
Listen to me. I truly believe this. Nobody likes Big Lebowski.
I don't think they do either.
Nobody likes it. You know, I'm 31 years old, okay? I'm around a bunch of funny people in my life. I've seen a ton of movies. A lot of my friends have seen a lot of movies. I've been around. I've seen the world. You know, I've been to a couple different cities in the U.S. I've been to a couple different cities in Texas. I have never in my life, I used to take acting classes, okay? So I'm around people.
God, get to the point.
I have never in my life, this is the honest to God truth, I have never in my life heard one person ever say to me one of two things. They've never quoted a line from Big Lebowski, and I've never heard somebody say, dude, I was watching Big Lebowski earlier. Oh, dude, I just love Big Lebowski. Big Lebowski is fake. Nobody likes this movie. I'm convinced of it.
I think it's one.
I
of
don't
those
think
that-
anybody's seen it, Chris.
Whoa.
I don't think anybody's seen the movie. I'm telling you, I think they see a scene on movieclips.com and they say, "Oh man, that's good." Worthless tier. This movie sucks.
I just think it's one of the most overrated movies that I can think of.
It's terrible, and I'll stand by it. It's terrible.
I would rather watch any movie on this list than watch Big Lebowski.
I'd rather watch E.T.
E.T.'s great though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I love E.T. Can we do E.T. next?
We'll do maybe we'll do some kind of, I don't know what even category that would go into. All right, Trading Places.
Oh man, listen. This is an incredible movie from the 80s. If you haven't seen Trading Places, it is just peak. It feels so 80s to me. It's like peak 80s, man. Like the whole storyline and everything. There's like some racial stuff in it. There's like some homelessness, capitalism stuff. It's like peak 80s. With that said, it's got to be B tier.
Yeah, I was thinking B or C.
Yeah, B tier.
Three Amigos.
Dude, I'll be honest, man.
Dude, Three Amigos is funny.
It's good, but it's C tier.
Yeah,
It's C tier.
fine. Here's another one that I know me and you really love: Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Dirty Rotten Scoundrels is S tier. I'm telling you right now, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, I'll go A.
Man, you really stick to your guns.
Here's the thing. If it was my list and I didn't have to worry about your opinion, I'd put it damn near S tier. I think it's
close.
one of the best movies on here. It is fantastic.
Yeah.
It is fantastic. Look, man, I'm going S. I'm going S. And we'll move some stuff later. I gotta have it up there.
All right.
But I'll settle for A tier.
Dude, I'm telling you right now.
Let's go B. Let's go B. No, I'm just kidding. A tier.
I'm gonna put in A because there's just some movies coming up.
All right, A tier.
We're gonna
have to move some stuff around.
Because here's one that I think might be S.
You got to stop doing that.
I'm sorry.
Because then I'm already having to feel I don't pick S.
Uncle Buck.
Oh, God.
It's S or A.
It's S tier.
It's so
Uncle
good.
Buck is so good. The only reason I'll allow A tier is because, like we said, it is a comedy, but there's other elements in it too. And if I'm just talking about, if I'm recommending a comedy to somebody, it might not be ahead of some of those other ones. If I'm just wanting people like, dude, this movie will make you laugh. But if I'm just like, dude, you got it. Have you seen Uncle Buck? It's incredible. I'll settle for S, or I'll settle for A, but I'll push for S.
I have it in S right now.
Do I need to do that? Do I need to say like, I'll take it, or like I just need to say my thing, right?
Yeah.
Like I just need to say S. Okay, yeah. S tier. Was that 5-minute warning?
No, that's I'm holding my hand up because I forgot a movie that.
What is it? Shrek Ever After?
Need to have on here.
Shrek Ever After out here? How's Shrek even made it on this list, man?
Dude, Shrek. I think you forget just how big Shrek was.
But it's not a comedy. It's
yes,
animated.
it is.
Animated is its own.
Dude,
genre.
if you go
to the video store, there's no video stores anymore. But if you go to the video store, it's an animated. It's not in comedy. Admit it. Say it.
I don't think it's an animated.
You don't think Shrek would be in the animated category?
PG-13.
It is not PG-13.
Look it up. And while you're doing that, I'll add this movie to my list that
PG.
For real?
Yep. I want an apology written.
No, you're not getting an apology.
Admit that I'm better than you. I'm just kidding. All right, let's go. What's the next one? I want to roll here.
Hold on.
This is dead air, man. You can't have dead air on the radio or on the podcast.
Well, I mean,
I'll talk. Yeah, so Uncle Buck. Whoa. No, but for real, if you haven't seen Uncle Buck, it is really, really good. It's just really, really good. Really good movie. And there's a guy in there called Bug. There's a character in Uncle Buck called Bug. How cool is that?
Yeah, dude, that's when you could just name people
You can just name the dude Bug. And he's a little rat, isn't he, Chris?
He's a little shit stain.
But yeah, his name's Bug. Can we? I'm running out of things, man. What's the holdup here? Just
Dude,
go
I
to the
told
next
you
one.
we don't have. I can edit this stuff out, But I mean, there's a movie that I forgot to put on here.
Okay, why don't you just name it and add it on the thing later? Just write it down.
Shut up.
Just write it down.
Shut up. I've already got it. All right. My Blue Heaven.
I love this movie, but it's B tier for me. I mean,
I'm
again,
gonna go B.
I love it, but it's B tier.
Wayne's World.
Man, definitely not S. It's definitely not S.
I'm gonna say B. It's
Yeah.
it's funny, man, but the movies that are in
it's
A
just B. It's just B.
are better.
It's just B. It's not. Yeah, I mean, Wayne's World's great though, man. But B tier, yeah, I'll settle for that.
Here's another one. That
Don't.
No, I'm gonna do what I do. Naked Gun 33 and a third. The final insult.
I love Naked Gun.
I do too, man.
I mean, since it's our list, I'll go B, but it's
C.
It's C. Movie's hilarious.
It's hilarious, man. But is that a movie you feel comfortable telling people you like?
Yes, we quote it all the time.
We do. Pap Smear?
All right, we can go C though. Still really good. Still really good.
Black Sheep.
Oh man, see, I like Black Sheep better than Tommy Boy. Tommy Boy's Tommy Boy's a better movie. Black Sheep makes me laugh more.
I don't know about that. I like them
Oh,
both.
okay. I'm sorry. Do I not have an opinion?
Well, that's fine. I think you're
Black
lying to
Sheep's B.
yourself.
Black Sheep. With that said, Black Sheep's B tier.
Okay. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
S tier. Not even close. Not even close. It's not even a conversation.
Okay.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time. All time. It's tough for me to make a list. I can never tell somebody what my favorite movie is, but I can strongly say that it's in my top 5 of all time movies. I love it.
Okay.
Say something.
You
about
said
it.
there's no conversation about it, so. But I
Don't
agree.
you do agree?
I agree. It's S.
It's incredible. And honestly, it's underrated in my opinion. Like, I think finally it's coming around to where I see it on TV. I feel like people are finally, like, the people that have been with it have been with it. But when I knew that how strong of a movie this was, it sold out the biggest theater at Alamo Drafthouse on Thanksgiving night. They had a movie party for it, sold out, and it was the biggest theater. Yeah. Like, that's awesome for a movie that came out in I think it was like 1987, 1988. Yeah.
Groundhog Day.
Can I also add, by far, John Candy's best performance. By far.
It's best performance, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And his best movie.
Yeah. I'll agree with that.
All right, what's the next one?
Groundhog Day.
I'm not as big on Groundhog Day as other
either.
people, so I'm going C tier. I almost said S tier. I'm going C tier for Groundhog Day.
Yeah,
because it's still a good movie, but it's just not laugh out loud funny to me.
When people talk about funny Bill Murray movies and then they name this ahead of like What About Bob, I lose my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
I mean, Ghostbusters is one of those other ones that could be in different categories, but Ghostbusters is absolute S tier. I mean, it's an absolute pop culture staple. We've watched it so many times. We still quote it. It's S tier. Again, I know it's a comedy, but I would almost, that could be in so many different ones, like action, sci-fi. Like it's that weird hybrid of a movie. It's a lot like Back to the Future. It's a hybrid of a movie. It's like an adventure. It's tough because when you're thinking of comedies, you're thinking of just like laugh out loud movies, but if it's on this list, then it's S tier. I mean, Ghostbusters it's incredible.
Okay.
That's what you got to say about it.
I mean,
You're a huge Ghostbusters fan.
I love Ghostbusters.
Then say it.
I love Ghostbusters. Happy Gilmore.
I love Happy Gilmore. Let me put that out there. I think it's hilarious, but I know we're going to disagree. But with all these other classics, it can't be S.
No.
And it should be B.
I'm okay with B.
I mean, when you're just thinking about Happy Gilmore before you have to compare it to other movies. But, yeah, with this, let's B.
Did you say A or B?
B. Again, we're going to move some stuff around at the end.
Yeah, but I do think it's probably the funniest movie in B.
We're going to move some stuff around.
Rushmore.
God. I'm just not a big fan of this, man.
I'm going to put it in D. The first time I watched it, I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. And the more I watch it, it's okay, but
I just don't look, I respect him. I really do. I think I love what he's doing because it's unique. Just not a big Wes Anderson fan.
That's because you don't enjoy art.
That's right.
Caddyshack.
I'm not as big on this one as others. Just for the pop culture relevance and because of Bill Murray, I want to put it higher. But just if it was my personal list, I'm going. We can go A, but if it was just me, I'd say B.
Yeah, let's go B. I was thinking B or C.
Oh, we got to put it B. I mean, it is still very funny.
Heavyweights.
I mean, it's between A or S, but I'll go A.
Yeah,
It's fantastic, though. It's fantastic.
I really want to put that in S, but A's okay.
Heavyweights is incredible.
It was the first time that I was introduced to Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
First movie I ever saw him in, and
You know what, man? It's our list, right?
yeah,
Put it in S. I'm sick of that.
that's true.
We quote that movie. We've seen that movie literally over 200 times.
I don't know if I've seen it.
Dude, I'm
200 times.
telling you, I've seen it 100 times in a week. Remember when we had that?
My God, you
remember
gotta get a hobby.
Remember that video store where you got to spin the wheel, and depending on where it
Yeah.
landed, you got that many free dollar rentals? That was always in the. If we got like 5 free rentals, that was always one of the
Oh, it
ones.
was for sure.
Yeah.
That was always a pick. American Pie.
American Pie is really good.
Dude, it is.
American Pie is really good.
It's fantastic, and I think it's one of those movies that, while it's probably not like people don't think of it immediately.
Look,
You could watch it today, and it's still the same movie. It's hilarious, and it brought back the R-rated comedy. I mean, that opened the door for pretty much every Judd Apatow movie.
We're gonna have to move some stuff around.
We are.
because
But that's
this
S.
is A tier.
You think this is A?
Yeah, and we're gonna have to move some stuff around to make S tier more exclusive because I can't, in good faith, put American Pie with Planes, Automobiles. I just can't do it. So we're gonna have to move a few things down because American Pie is 100% deserves to be an A. But we're just gonna have to move some stuff around. Let's put an A
Okay.
for right now. It could move
Let's
up.
finish it out, and we'll see where we're at.
Okay.
Ferris Bueller.
Oh my God, I love this movie.
You've said that every.
But
movie.
I love these movies.
But yet I can't say, hey man, this is one that.
You can say whatever you want. I just don't want to have. I like when you just do the thing. When you say like, man, I think we'll agree here. It's like, oh shit, I gotta.
Well, I don't
agree.
like a lot of shit you do. You ever think about that?
God, where were
It's
we?
got to Ferris Bueller. It's got to at least be A.
It's. I'm thinking about making a new tier called S plus. No, I'm kidding. I love Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I think it's hilarious. I'd be okay with A tier. I'd be okay with it. But it's S tier for me. I love that movie a lot. A lot. But honestly, here's the thing, man. The reason I don't like doing this is because this should be in a high school tier.
No, god dang.
High
dude,
school
how
movies
many
tier.
movies, like how many tiers? I mean, Jesus.
I'm just saying that belongs in a teen comedy or high school.
No.
Yes, it does.
Then you could do that for, let's put Tommy Boy in a traveling movie.
Okay.
Let's put Uncle Buck in a creepy relative movie.
All right, he's not creepy in that movie.
Dude, he starts out kind of creepy.
No, he's not. I don't appreciate that. Take it back.
He's dating that one chick though.
So? How does that make him creepy? You got to explain yourself. People that haven't seen this are going to be like, oh, he's creepy. He's dating that one chick. He's not dating.
All right, he's not creepy, but he's a little weird.
He's quirky.
All right. Ace Ventura 2.
Wait a minute. What's Ferris Bueller in?
We put it in S.
Okay.
Ace Ventura 2.
This movie's got incredible moments in it, but when you're comparing it to these other ones, you got to put it in B.
Yeah.
I'll even go with C, honestly. But it's hilarious. I'm just saying, like, when we're comparing it
Yeah,
to
let's
like,
go C. Let's go
these
C.
great movies.
Animal House.
C tier. I mean, Animal House, look, man, it just doesn't do it for me. I mean, I really try. I really try to like it.
I'm putting it D.
Okay, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put it at C just out of respect for you. I thought maybe you'd have it higher.
No, it's fine. You know, it
doesn't age well. Those
Yeah.
Porky's type comedies, they do not age well, man. They don't.
Dumb and Dumber.
I don't even know why I was thinking about something else. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. This is easy S tier. I don't know what the hell I'm
Yeah.
pausing for.
We're gonna have
That's
to thin
easy.
out this
We're
S
gonna have
tier.
to thin out S tier, but it is absolute S tier. That one is not moving.
No.
That one's not moving.
Great Outdoors.
My God.
This is the last one.
If it's the last one, it's S tier. I love Great Outdoors. I love Great Outdoors. I'll move something else to have Great Outdoors in S tier.
Yeah, it's
so good.
all right. So
It's not only funny, but it's good.
yeah, so let's look at our S tier and see what we can move down.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to A tier and see what we can move down first, and then we'll move down.
Okay.
So right now in A tier, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 movies.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Blue Streak, Cable Guy, Liar Liar, Big, Fast Times, Ace Ventura, Austin Powers, Kingpin, Wedding Singer, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, American Pie.
All right, you got to go. Let's go one at a time. What's the first one?
Blue Streak,
Go to the next one.
Cable Guy.
Go to the next one.
Here's the ones I'm thinking about moving down. I think Blue Streak should move down, be on the same level as Happy Gilmore and Black Sheep.
I love Blue Streak.
I love it too, but not as much as these other ones.
Look, dude, if this is our list, I'm going to be honest with you here. I have watched Blue Streak more than I've watched Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I'm not saying Fast Times at Ridgemont High is not better, but if this is our list, I've seen that movie more, and I quote that movie more. Like, I personally like it better. Like, if I'm just talking about comedies, like, and I just want to watch a comedy, I'm okay with Blue Streak going to B, but I'm just saying, maybe we move Fast Times down too, because
All right, we'll move both of them down. I'll agree with that.
Fast Times great though. Like, I want to be clear here. These movies, all these movies are good.
All these movies from B up are fantastic.
This is like comparing the top 50 NBA players of all time. Like,
yeah, they're all great.
yeah.
Okay, so
So what have we done?
so we moved Blue Streak and Fast Times down to B
To
tier.
B, okay.
So now S.
Wait a minute. What else is an A though? Because we can move some stuff around too. There's another one that I think we can move.
Cable Guy, Liar Liar, Big, Ace Ventura, Austin Powers, Kingpin, Wedding Singer, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, American Pie.
Dude, we got to move.
I was thinking about maybe moving Ace Ventura down.
You think Liar Liar is better than Ace Ventura?
Yes. Yeah.
Let's move Ace Ventura down to B. I'll agree with that. Ace Ventura is great.
All
I don't
right,
know,
and I'm
man.
gonna
Is
move-
it? Is it?
What?
Ace Ventura shouldn't be A, you don't think? Should
Liar,
Cable Guy
Liar.
should Cable Guy be Cable Guy to me is ahead of Liar Liar.
Right, but I think Liar Liar is better than Ace Ventura.
Okay, so we got to move one Jim Carrey movie down.
So I moved Ace Ventura down.
All right.
And then B tier, I'm gonna move. Even though we love it, I'm gonna move My Blue Heaven down to C,
Okay.
and then I think that'll be okay. All right, so S tier. When I say a movie, we say it's absolutely got to stay.
Okay.
What about Bob? Got to stay.
Absolutely got to stay.
There's something about Mary.
I can move it down.
I think it should stay, but we'll come back. Billy Madison,
I can move it down.
Miss Doubtfire.
In fact, let's go ahead and move Billy Madison down to A.
Okay.
Because it's not on scale with What About Bob.
Miss
All right.
Doubtfire.
I think it should stay, but I could almost, if we're just going by what is, if the main criteria to get an S is it makes you bend over laughing, and you're going to recommend a comedy, let's skip it because I really want to keep it.
I'm gonna move Home Alone down to A.
Home Alone does not ever belong on any A list. This is why I said we shouldn't have Christmas movies on here.
God, dude.
But I'm just saying I can't move that or Christmas Vacation out of S. I can't.
Okay, Tommy Boy goes down then, because that's in the same tier as Billy Madison.
Tommy Boy goes down to A. Absolutely.
All right, and then Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck can go to A.
What's better, Uncle Buck or Great Outdoors? Great Outdoors,
Great Outdoors is better.
because of Dan Aykroyd.
Great Outdoors is better. We got to keep Great Outdoors up there. We got to
Right.
keep Great Outdoors. We can move Uncle Buck to A.
All right.
But you got to keep Home Alone and Christmas Vacation. Like you can't.
Okay,
That's
the movies.
disrespectful.
Okay, the movies we're keeping for sure are What About Bob? Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
for sure.
Home Alone, Christmas Vacation. Those are the ones for sure so far that we've.
That's only 4 movies.
Yeah, and I think Dumb and Dumber should be right there too.
Dumb and Dumber's got to stay. Dumb and Dumber's not moving from S.
All right.
That's disrespectful to even mention it.
All right, so Miss Doubtfire. Let's pick 2 movies out of these that we move down.
Okay.
Miss Doubtfire, Something About Mary, Ghostbusters, Heavyweights, Ferris Bueller, Great Outdoors. My picks would be
Let's move Ferris Bueller down to A.
okay.
Because again, the only reason I'm moving Ferris Bueller down to A is because I got to keep one of those in S.
My other one,
I don't like this. I don't like it.
My other one, if I'm being honest, that's got to go is Ghostbusters.
Okay,
Miss Doubtfire's better. There's Something About Mary is funnier. Heavyweights, I enjoy more.
There is no world in which there's Something About Mary's ahead of Ghostbusters in any list.
I disagree. I completely
disagree. That is
disagree.
a ridiculous. This is why you got to make sure you don't cross genres.
Okay, then you realize that every movie ever made, except for maybe
Ghostbusters to me should be in this different tier. It should be like a blockbuster tier.
Okay,
I'm just saying it's tough. Ghostbusters cannot be moved from S.
Why not?
Because it's one of the most. It's just a pop culture staple. All right,
then we got to move either Heavyweights or There's Something About Mary or Miss Doubtfire. And if you're going to stick to your guns on Ghostbusters, I'm sticking my guns on There's Something About Mary.
That's ridiculous.
No, dude. I think you're forgetting about Pat Healy.
It's funny.
Dude,
but it's not
hilarious.
Better. It's not A tier, or it's not S tier. But look, I already had to put Ferris Bueller in A, and that hurt. I'll tell you what I'll do. You can keep There's Something About Mary. You can keep it. I'll even move down Ghostbusters, but I want it to be known that it ain't my choice. We'll move Ghostbusters to A, but I want something moved up to S.
That makes no sense.
I want something moved back up to S.
What?
I want Dirty Rotten Scoundrels in S. No, let's keep it in A.
Yeah, dude.
All right, so it's between what 3 movies that we're going to move down A? We got to make this quick because this is dragging.
We've already moved them.
All right, go S tier. Tell me what's in S tier again, because I just want to know the final S tier.
Final S tier. What About Bob? Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Home Alone. Christmas Vacation. Dumb and Dumber. Miss Doubtfire. There's Something About Mary. Heavyweights. Great Outdoors. I'm okay with that.
What's in A? I want the final A list too as well.
Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Cable Guy. Liar Liar. Big. Austin Powers. Kingpin. Wedding Singer. American Pie. Billy Madison. Tommy Boy. Uncle Buck. Ferris Bueller. Ghostbusters.
I'm almost wanting to put either Ferris Bueller or Ghostbusters in there above Heavyweights.
I'll give you. Oh, dude. Above Heavyweights? How many times have you seen Heavyweights? 1,000 times.
More than I can count. All right. Let's keep it. That's all right.
All right. If you want, we can move either Ferris Bueller or Ghostbusters up. Which one? I'll give you one.
Shit.
I'll say Ghostbusters.
I've seen Ferris Bueller more, but yeah, we gotta go. Out of respect for Ghostbusters, you gotta have S tier, man.
All right.
Gosh dang it!
All right.
Does Blue Streak get to stay in B?
Yeah, it's in B.
Wait, you moved Blue Streak down without telling me?
Dude, we decided to move it down to B.
I want Blue Streak in S tier now.
My God.
No, I'm kidding. B's fine.
All right, so
that's tough.
It is tough.
It's like picking your favorite kid.
I know. So we're gonna be doing more of these different categories and stuff, and as you can see, we won't agree on everything, and it's gonna be tough, but we're gonna get through it. So thanks again for listening, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.